PJ Fox the third, Executive Director of the Nonviolence Institute. He's been with, and if you guys don't know, that used to be the Institute for the Study and Practice of Nonviolence. He's been with the Nonviolence Institute for a total of 15 years. Hired in 2004, PJ has filled many roles: part-time office manager, director of operations, director of training and special projects, chief operating officer, and executive director. He left the Institute in 2013 for 11 months to become executive director of Buttonhole Short Course and Teaching Center in Providence, near between Hartford Ave and Manton Ave. He returned to the Institute as the interim COO in October 2015 and was named interim executive director and then named executive director in June of 2016. PJ is certified in the Kingian theory of nonviolence, and he is also chair of Mayor Alorzer's Advisory Council Against Gun Violence in Providence, and currently sits on Brown University's School of Public Health Community Advisory Board, and so many others. I know PJ and his sister because I work for Projo and my days in the government right now. But I can just say that the Nonviolence Institute is what's good about Providence. They help fill that gap when we don't have enough. There's a lot of crime here that shouldn't be, and there's a lot less crime because of nonviolent street workers. And so I'm very encouraged, and I'm glad that he agreed. He was probably the most nervous. He saw Rose Weavers from last year and was like, I can't do that. But he's gonna be great. PJ Fox.
I'm just gonna start with a little musical intro. If you listen real quietly for a second, you'll hear my sister Molly's heart beating through her chest, because she's probably more nervous than I am at this point. I have cheat sheets too. Sorry. I have cheat sheets here too. Wow, I can't see any of you, except author filming. So thanks, author. So I guess I don't know. I'm gonna sit down. I'll walk around. But there's two things I want you to know about the next 9 to 45 minutes that I'll be talking. And the first fact is that this will be the most awkward 45 minutes of your life, and it will be my most awkward 45 minutes of my life. So if nothing else, at the end we can bond and form a relationship over awkwardness. The second thing is I'm going to talk to that kid. The only ribs I've ever seen are the ones that I purchase and eat, so that's, I was never guaranteed to hit 5'9". I'm 5'9" today because I'm wearing fancy shoes, but yeah, I'm going to talk to PJ, and through the next few minutes, I'm going to share a little bit about myself that I don't normally share, and so yeah, I don't know why I'm already getting emotional about this, but so that kid is actually, so I have many nicknames, I have many names. So my actual name is Paul Joseph Fox III. My family calls me Jake, so I'm going to refer to myself as Jake a lot. But I wanted to start by just making sure we are all on the same page of why I'm called Jake. It's because my mom got really frustrated one night, and my mom's over there too, probably also about to pass out. My dad and I, PJ Jr., were sitting on the couch, and she yelled down, "PJ, change the laundry." I think I might have been just a little bit older than this when that happened. And sometime later, she came downstairs, and she walked right in front of the TV and looked at both of us and said, I literally said PJ. I had double the opportunity that the laundry would be changed. And almost at the same time, my dad and I kind of looked at each other, pointed at each other, and said, clearly you meant PJ. And at that moment, my mom said, "That's it," pointed at my dad and said, "You're PJ, duh, and you're Jake." And it was also the first time I think I might have swore in front of my parents. And I said, "Who the F is Jake?" And I'm pretty sure that I don't think Dove makes a floral scented soap anymore, but I'm pretty sure that was a moment where I tasted some lovely floral Dove soap. I don't even know if we got Dove at that point, but so that's why I'm Jake. I have so I'm one of 40 grandkids. We're a very, very large family. Half of them don't know my real name, only know me as Jake. So anyway, so I guess the other thing I should let you know now is when I go off on tangents or anybody in our family goes off on tangents, we often say, "Did you just see a chicken?" And which means quite literally we get distracted. That comes into my life a little bit later on in this talk, so just keep chicken in your head for whatever. Just think of chicken. So are we good? All right. So this is the part where we really get personal. This is your opportunity to be part of the presentation. I'm a coach and trainer at heart, and so the way that I usually approach these things is that I just kind of do it that way. So if you can and if you're willing, I would just like anybody who's had a dream in their life, whether to become something or to accomplish something, just to stand up. Okay. Now, because I can't see any of you, I'm hoping that a lot of folks are standing. Anybody got sunglasses? Great. So sit down. So how many people in here feel like they will accomplish their dreams, or they will achieve their dream, or have achieved their dreams? Go ahead and stand up. Yeah, no. Hands, that's the easy way out of this. Good. All right, have a seat. That was really easy, right? I'm standing here because I can literally see all of you, and I wanted to make Arthur. I was trying to make Arthur work, but he's now telling me to come back to the middle. So, what is a dream? Right? What is a dream? And as I was thinking about PJ3, I had a lot of dreams. Still have a lot of dreams, but you know, one of my earliest dreams was to be Lightning Fox. It was my NBA professional name, and I played for the Phoenix Suns. Why, I don't even know. I think it's just because every time anybody in here remember NBA Jam, the video game. So you know, remember like he's on fire, and then it would be like Scorcher. Okay, well, that was a shot that went through the basket and burned the net. But anyway, so I was Lightning Fox, and I was the point guard of the Phoenix Suns, and I would pass the ball to Dan the Thunder Marley, who is arguably one of the best shooting guards in the history of the NBA, and I was the ball feeder. I was the man. I was going to make sure that he took the game-winning shot every time. Then, awkwardly, you know what I'm saying. I became the captain of the Starship Enterprise. I became, which is, if you don't know, Star Trek, right? And the Enterprise is the flagship of Starfleet. Its call sign is 1701/D, in case if anybody needs the technical manual on how to build one, see me after. I have it. Yeah. I'm sure if my wife was here, she would be running out right now. And then I wanted to become an FBI special agent. Not just an FBI agent, a special agent, because who doesn't want to be special, right? I wanted to get married, and I wanted to become a dad. And so those were my dreams. And obviously, I know it's tough to believe, the NBA thing fell through. ended very quickly because I was cut my freshman year at LaSalle Academy. LaSalle Academy. I know, it's kind of a rival of Moses Brown. So, but I got cut, and and it devastated me because my dream of being Lightning Fox was destroyed. So I thought, and so very simply, I moved on. Next problem, next dream, captain of the Enterprise. Well, we don't have starships yet, so that's not gonna. That's one's still on hold. It's just on hold, and so another dream kind of started to fizzle away. But the dream I really want to talk about, and the dream that I think set me on the path to where I am today, is this idea of me becoming an FBI special agent. And my mom actually asked me today if she could come, and I said, of course, thinking please don't come because I'm going to talk about my mom. But my mom and I are very, very close, and we're close. Our family's very close in general. And when I went through high school, I went through elementary, middle school, high school, and my senior year of high school, it was probably about a month before college classes were about to start. I might have mentioned to my parents that I wanted to go visit Northeastern University up in Boston because that's where the FBI loves Northeastern. They do a lot of recruiting out of it. It's got a law school. It's a fantastic place. It's in Boston. Why wouldn't you want to go to school in Boston? And so I have no idea what that conversation was like between my parents about this kid wants to go look at Northeastern University because I absolutely sucked in school. Like academically, horrible. And I don't know why. I don't know. Where's the light? I don't know why, Mom, but you took me. And I'm sure you remember this day. And I've always been very grateful of all the things that my mom has done for us and for me. But we went up there, and we're sitting there, and we're doing the whole tour. It started I think it was raining a little bit, but it was such a great time. I was so pumped. I'm in my dream school, which my mom knew and my dad knew was like being Lightning Fox of the Phoenix Suns. It ain't gonna happen. But they let it happen. We went up there. We had a great time. I learned all about how awesome the school is and the meal plans. I decided to forego the track team meeting, but just because of the bum knee. But so I'm there, and we get in the car, and I'm so grateful. I've always been grateful to my mom for doing that. I have no clue why. I have no clue. Later on, my dad, I don't know if this is how it was planned, Mom, but Dad had this conversation with every one of us about college. And it pretty much has three parts, one question and two statements. The first question is, do you know what you want to do? Well, Dad, I can't be a point guard for the Phoenix Suns. I'm working on Star Trek and the Enterprise. And so I think I can be an FBI agent. Okay. Do you think you have the grades to get in? And I said, I don't know if my grades are that strong, but I've been doing so many other things, right? I started coaching. I was coaching a middle school Catholic basketball team. Like, come on, right? The Catholic's got to help me out here. And I had all this other stuff, but I didn't have the academics. And so the first thing that, I think this picture is really kind of, it's interesting because it's third grade. And third grade is when I really kind of started to notice that I was struggling in school. Simply for the fact that my older sister, Joy, literally was called down to the classroom almost every day and asked, how come your brother isn't doing anything he was supposed to do? And my sister's like, I don't know, he's stupid. And So that was the first time that I realized that this school thing is really hard for me. And it went on. It went on for a long time. Elementary school was difficult. Middle school, I ended up going to special services after school, and it was a bit humiliating. It was really tough at times because, I'd get on a certain transportation that was very much looked down upon, and I would go to this place, and it's not like it's not like it was hard for me to remember things or learn things, and it was just always something about getting it out of my head. And long story short, Northeastern wasn't going to happen, and my dad then said to me, and this is what kind of sealed it all for me, the next two statements in his conversation are, don't ever put yourself under unnecessary debt. Okay, Northeastern is probably a little bit of an unnecessary debt, even if I could get in. And he said, if you need to take out debt, make sure that you have a job, that you can live a life and pay that debt. And that has stuck with myself and all of us, all of the kids forever. It's pretty much how we selected where and how we were going to go to school. So Northeastern was crushed. LaSalle Academy, very much like Moses Brown, right? Very much, a lot of privilege, a lot of great stuff happens here, right? They give you everything that you need to be successful, and I just wasn't being successful. I just wasn't successful. I loved LaSalle. School spirit, I'm your guy. Taking a test, especially if you wanted a copy off me, not your guy. But, so Northeastern became gone, and so my academic career ended up at CCRI. And I didn't know what to do. I was actually pretty low. I started working to pay for stuff at school, and constantly thinking about what my dad was saying, don't go into unnecessary debt, which is extremely difficult to do, especially when that credit card table is sitting right there when you walk into college. You're like, yeah, sign me up for 10. I only did 9. But then I wasted my time. I wasn't trying to, it just happened. And it was just very, very difficult to get through classes. And so I started skipping and things like that. And before I know it, I was on a first name basis with all the cafeteria people, hence no track team. But so I got through it. And I was just flowing along. And so I ended up going to Rick. I went to Rick. I got started thinking about stuff. My mom, again, one morning I came down and I was just like, I got to figure something out. And just so happened my mom had cut out an ad from the newspaper, from the Projo, that said, point blank, that you should go and try this thing called AmeriCorps. And I did that, and I got to AmeriCorps, and I said to myself, I need to take ownership over my goals, over my dreams. People have been supporting me my whole time, and I got to take ownership. And I went to my supervisor, and I said, will AmeriCorps pay for me to get tested? And I got tested and I was diagnosed with ADD. And I've been on medication ever since. 19 years later was one of the happiest days of my life. May 21st, 2017, I graduated from URI with my little sister. With my little sister, who has some similar challenges. And it was one of those moments, and as I look back over this time, as I was thinking about this, I said, holy shit. Oh, sorry, kids. My dreams have been realized. I'm part of a team. I get to support people. We jump into crisis all the time. I'm living, my dreams have become reality. And that's what I wanted to say to my third grade self, is that you might have a ton of dreams that are really like right there and you can feel it, but they might manifest itself in different ways. And that to me is what dreams are. And side note, real quick, I know. You're like, you were supposed to text, yeah, exactly, chicken. You were supposed to text me. No, she wasn't. I got married, and 10 days ago, I became a father. My wife and I just adopted an 8-year-old third grader. All right, well, it's fostering. And so I'm very proud, and I'm very grateful to be able to share this story with you. Thank you.